Hey guys, what's up? My name is Chaotic and welcome back to another Grand Theft Auto 5 video here on my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be explaining the best way to make money in GTA Online over the next few days in preparation for the Smuggler's Run update, which comes out just next week on Tuesday, August the 29th. Now alongside this, I'm also going to be giving away a few shark cards too. Stick around to the end of the video, I will be explaining later on how you guys can get your hands on some shark cards. So with that being said, let's get straight into things and start off with how you guys can start making millions in the game. Okay then, so there are quite a few things you guys can do over the next few days, but ultimately right now, one of the best things you guys can do is import and export vehicles, because until next Tuesday, there is a double money bonus when you export vehicles. In fact, when using this method, you can make upwards of $800,000 in less than an hour, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how that's done. Now first of all, what you guys ideally want to do is get yourselves into a solo public lobby. It's not required, but it just makes things much easier. And of course you can do this on all platforms as well. If you guys want a full tutorial on that, in case you're not sure how it's done, there will of course be a link in the description. And I also want to point out that right now, over the next few days, all the vehicles that you can export for some reason have moved up to the next category. So all standard range vehicles are now classified as mid-range, all mid-range vehicles are now top range. Of course, top range is still top range, but it means when you go to export them, they're now worth even more money on top of the double money bonus when you go to sell them. Now of course, ideally when you're sourcing vehicles, you just want the mid and top range ones to be sourced. Those right now are making the most amount of money, but do not worry if you're given a standard range vehicle. You have two options. Option number one, just change sessions straight away as soon as you're told which vehicle you have to go and steal. If you change sessions and go straight back to your computer, you can instantly source another one. You haven't actually got to go and steal it. Or option number two, go and steal it and take it straight back to your warehouse, but do not sell it. Basically, if you fill your warehouse with all the standard range vehicles, when you go and source them on the computer, you'll never be given them as an option again, which means you can keep on sourcing just mid and top range over and over and over again, really maximizing profits whilst doing this. Now, by the way, guys, one very important thing to bear in mind when you're sourcing vehicles and taking them back to your warehouse, you don't necessarily need any help from friends or other players in GTA Online. In fact, most of the sourcing missions are really easy and can be done on your own in solo. But when you go to sell the vehicles, that's when you need as many players as possible. The more cars you sell each time, the more profit and more bonus you make, the more you sell. So ideally, once you have quite a few vehicles in your warehouse or a full warehouse altogether, that's when you need 4 players to sell the vehicles. So what I recommend doing if you don't have 3 friends to help you out is leave a comment on this video once you have almost a full warehouse of vehicles. Just say what platform you're on, what your gamer tag is, and what you need help for, and hopefully then other players can connect up with you and everyone can help each other make money and sell vehicles over the next few days. Now, as I'm sure you guys know, one of the main issues or expenses when you go to source and steal vehicles is the damage repair cost. So as you guys can see right now in the game, it's already going to cost me a few $1,000s just for a few scratches on the car. And again, there are a few tips to bear in mind to reduce and completely eliminate the cost behind this. Option number one being use a cargo bob. Now when it comes to importing and exporting cars, the cargo bob is your best friend. First of all, it speeds up the whole process. You can fly straight from your office to the location most of the time, pick up the car and fly straight back in a lot less time than what it would usually take to drive there and then drive the car back. And of course, you haven't got to worry about the enemies that might be trying to shoot the car as you try and take it back, because if you fly high enough, they can't shoot you. And of course, you also haven't got to worry about the crazy AI drivers as well on the road, who often swerve about and will crash into your car. The second option though is also pretty simple. Basically what you want to do is completely wipe all the money from your character and their bank accounts so you have nothing. And you can do this by creating a second character and transferring all of your money into the second character's hand. So when you go back to your main character, you have no money or access to it. So once you've done this and you steal a car and you take it back to your warehouse, even if there's a huge amount of damage on the vehicle, you won't pay anything for the repair cost. And you can keep on doing this over and over and over again with as many cars as you like. Now, if you do choose to import and export cars with your friends, when you're driving back from your warehouse to your office, don't just drive back without doing anything. Use this as an opportunity to make some extra money. basically what you guys can do as a CEO is launch up the VIP challenge point to point. Basically what you can then do is race against your friends back to your office, and the first person back who wins the race will earn $10,500. Now seeing you have to drive back there anyway, you might as well use that opportunity to make some extra money. Okay, now once you have quite a few vehicles in your vehicle warehouse, it should take around about an hour or so to source 6 or 7 vehicles. You can of course then get ready to sell. Now as mentioned before, I'd recommend having 4 players to do this. That will allow you to maximize the amount of money and of course also receive the sell bonus as well of selling 4 cars each time. Now of course when you do sell the vehicles, only select the top range vehicles. Do not sell the standard and mid-range vehicles. As explained previously, if you don't sell those, when you go and source more vehicles afterwards, you can't source the vehicles you've already sourced. You'll only be able to source the top range vehicles, the ones worth the most amount of money. Now as you guys just saw, by selling 4 top range vehicles, I'm going to make $800,000. Now do bear in mind, there is a $160,000 cost on customizing the vehicles, which means overall there's a profit of $660,000. Now of course, on top of this, by sourcing these 4 vehicles and doing a point-to-point back to the office, which means you can make an additional $40,000 on top of that, bringing the overall profit to $700,000. And then on top of this, whilst you're doing this, there's something else you can do to make an additional $100,000 every hour, and I'll explain how that's done in a few moments. But very quickly, as I'm sure you guys know, as soon as you leave your warehouse and try and take these to the final location, there'll be 4 waves of enemies who try and stop you and destroy the vehicles, of course reducing the amount these vehicles are worth. But you can stop this from happening by driving up to the location where the first wave of enemies spawn in. Just stop before then, get out of the cars and walk forward so they then spawn in. Take out the first wave of enemies and just stand there until the next 3 waves spawn in and come to you. Of course kill them, and as soon as the 4 waves are gone, get back into your cars and then continue on to the final location. And by doing that, like I said, you won't have to worry about losing any of the value on the vehicles, because once the 4 waves are taken out, that's it. So there we go, that's how you can make upwards of $700,000 in less than an hour from just importing and exporting cars. But don't forget about the underground bunker. Whilst you're doing all of this, you can have your staff producing stock whilst you're importing and exporting vehicles. And every hour, you could be making upwards of $100,000 in stock at your underground bunker. So this is definitely something worth bearing in mind whilst you're taking advantage of the double money bonus when exporting cars. So there we go then guys, that's how you can make upwards of $800,000 in under an hour in GTA Online. But on top of this, as mentioned at the start of the video, I'm also giving away a few shark cards over the next few days. If you guys want the chance to enter, I've partnered up with Feature Points, which is a rewards app platform where you can earn gift cards, shark cards, and real life money by simply downloading a few apps, filling out some surveys, and stuff like that. It's a really simple concept, and in a matter of minutes, you'll already be well on your way to your first $1 million shark card. So what you guys want to do is go to feature/chaotic. There will of course be a link in the description. You can do this both on iOS and Android devices. From here then simply make your way to the Earn tab where you can begin downloading apps, filling out surveys and stuff like that. Of course each one you complete, you'll then receive credits for a few moments later. And literally within a few minutes, you'll have enough credits to head across to the rewards page and redeem for gift cards such as Xbox and PlayStation gift cards, real life money, and most importantly, shark cards. Honestly though guys, it really is a very simple platform to get a shark card from. In fact, last year, for the Further Adventures in Finance and Felony update, I used Feature Points quite a few times just to afford some of the content in that update. So definitely go ahead and give it a try, and if you use my referral code Chaotic, it will give you 50 credits for free. Plus, on top of this, it will also enter you into a giveaway where I'm giving away 3 $3.5 million shark cards. So if you guys want the chance to win one of these, all you have to do once you've got across to Feature Points is comment your referral code, which can be found on the Earn More tab in the comment section of this video. And next week, a week from now, I'm going to be choosing 3 people at random who have commented their referral code to win these $3.5 million shark cards. So there we go then guys, this really is a great opportunity. You can already get yourself some shark cards anyway from this app, but on top of that, I'm also giving away a few shark cards too, and you can do all of this alongside importing and exporting cars in GTA Online. So you really have no excuse not to be ready next week for the Smuggler's Run update and have at least a few $1 million in your account. With that being said though guys, that's it for this video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it and will find this video useful to prepare for the Smuggler's Run update. If you guys could drop a like, it would of course be greatly appreciated and it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you do, because I upload all the latest and the greatest Grand Theft Auto 5 content. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.